Who doesn't love summer camps? No one can resist the promise of s'mores and swimming in the lakes and hours of exploration in the woods and nature. I want to welcome you to a retreat in the mountains of Mongolia, the magic. I am Tonya D, a holistic shaman, medium, and otherworldly life coach and subtle energetic surgeon. I'm extending an invitation for you to experience the serenity of Mongolia's majestic mountains, lush hills, relaxing in a peaceful atmosphere of a traditional Mongolian temple, surrounded by the warmth, the glow of the crackling bonfires. Join us for an unforgettable experience as we explore the ancient culture of Mongolia, wild horses, sand dunes, nomadic ritual, shamans, villages, the origins, exploring the beauty of Mongolia's unique landscape, discovering the power of living in the present moment. Check out the itinerary for this retreat at club.tonyad.tv/Mongolian retreat. The Magic of Mongolia retreat promises a bewitching brew of spine-chilling tales of the supernatural, everlasting bonds of friendship, gastronomic delights, impromptu serenades, brave adventures, moments that we're going to leave you forever enlightened. Sign up today. Space is limited for only a few heartfelt magical beings, and I'll see you on the other side coming August. Woohoo! So exciting. Inshallah, Ashe. Blessings to you. As always, my energetic beings, and it is a fantastic Friday, isn't it? I mean, oh my God, I'm looking at myself going, wow, today I actually look pretty put together. I do have a gate as a reflector. I got the moon's in one of my gates today. But while we're waiting for people to hop on, join us for the live stream. Tune into the replay, whatever your jam is. Really taking a breath and a pause, climbing into your skin. So are you experiencing the divine pathway, exploring the universal streams? This is where the soul becomes the navigator of these streams, the divine stream. So what do you feel? What lights up your heart? The universe is opening a door to a new cosmic opportunity, maybe an earthly one, to go on a journey of exploration, kind of like Mongolia, an adventure. So it's kind of feels like the alchemy of expanding our spiritual gifting, our gift and purpose, and how our faith shows up in the outer world, our day-to-day life, the path of purpose, our gift and purpose, personal medicine, really. Oh, hang on here. We're having a little hiccup on my stuff. Good Lord. Hang on. I don't know how to turn off decline notifications right in the middle of a great streaming of the show. But yeah, our gift and purpose. So when we approach or arrive to an option that is unfamiliar and allow the element of surprise between our heart and our emotional field and really be in the clouds, the comforting, it's like a comforter, a sensation of clouds for what the element of surprise means for each and every one of us. The element of surprise, the gifting of possibilities as we interact with these streams that are probably going to be more faith driven or faith in alignment. So we have the answers inside of us, and it's really a time to ask ourselves those unfamiliar questions that are kind of percolating under the currents. So one of those questions that may be on our etheric field is, where do we belong? Nudging us inside of us, an aspect that needs our attention, knowing where we do and do not belong. We're kind of going through this cosmic shifting, or at least I am. So just innovating our character, our actions, how we ultimately treat ourselves in our day-to-day world, inside to the outside. So there's an opening for this opportunity to perceive this aspect of ourselves in a more loving, altruistic way for ourselves. It's selfless, it's healing. So this prescription to heal starts within each of us. It's the opportunity to open our heart and learn our own spiritual gifts, our own gift, our own purpose. And also the gift of forgiveness. That's the beginning of this journey that's percolating, and it's time to give heart and give feeling to kind of forgiving ourselves. It's like foraging into these different caverns that we all have. So with that, welcome to the Daily Snippet. Once again, I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon, along with a reflector by design, which I've known this for quite some time, actually. I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is emerging a combination of them all. And my intention is to utilize these indigenous technologies, the ways of my elder, the elemental realms, the imaginal realms, our original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through all of these realms and a lot more. And being that our crown center is online for the season of Pisces, that's the realm where this is playing out for us, our crown center, along with the cosmos and the elementals, of course. But I do offer prescriptions and rituals. Usually I get downloads before I actually do the divinations, the otherworldly kind, to really add to your personal container. Rituals are the origin. They're food for our soul. They nurture a part of us that we probably have tucked away due to conditioning and programming, really. But whatever our personal medicine is, our prime directive, we all have a gift and a purpose. So my intention is to open up your starlight, your stargate, so you shine brighter. No need to dim. And welcome to my virtual medicine room. Again, I am Tonya D. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do YouTube or my Musing with Tonya D podcast, which is so great. Be sure to check out Csongor. Daniel, that episode is amazing. How an engineer shifts into bioenergy healing. Great episode, I must say. They've all been fun, I'm not going to lie. Musing with Tonya D. So you can check that out there. But we have entered into the realm of spirit along with karma, the subtle realms, the crown, again, online during the season of Pisces. This is our spiritual acumen. It's a prophetic vision center. The angelic being Sandalphon, I associate with this center. And all the angelic beings and Chiron can really assist us. There's a whole nother category with that. Just Sandalphon's mine. I just want to put that out there with Metatron. It's a whole thing. But I always like to give a shout out to the peeps entering the village, the community. Thank you, Ashe, and blessings. I always like to do a validation, a voice of acknowledgement, and just letting you know that I do see you. New friends and guests arriving. Blessings, as always, new subscribers. I always like to be grateful and thankful. And also, of course, those of you that do tune in and watch my show on replay, and you've been here since the beginning. It really does take a community, a village, a tribe. And that's kind of what I'm growing, attracting my like-minded peeps. So again, gratitude and blessings. Thank you, Ashe, for joining. And also, again, back to those that do watch the replay, giving the spin. And if you don't mind hitting the bell button, of course, and the white rabbit, that's what I associate with the subscribe button. There's a whole metaphor with that one too. And remember, a comment if you feel like you're in need, a message for your day. I do have a message for today, being that it's Friday and the weekend, a really interesting one. Sharing is just another way of paying it forward, a gratitude and a blessing. Have a blessing bowl right on my desk. And of course, you can also find me on other social channels, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, predominantly. Just remember, I'm your otherworldly shamanic reflecting assistant. You truly are your own healer. Sometimes we have energetic hiccups. We're in the forces of adversity, and we do need another perspective, another worldly life coach assistant, myself included, to get us on our own magical way so we shine brighter. The daily snippet, what do I muse about here? The cosmic insights, the planets, the elementals, the 4 pillars. There's a whole reason I got into those. The subtle energy centers, our chakras inside and outside of body, the channels and the pathways, the meridians, even our auric fields, which for me, the auric fields have been coming online a lot lately. This past month, it must be a spiritual thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. Okay. And of course, I do have a message today for the weekend. But being that we have now entered into the outer world, our day-to-day environment, where are your altars? The helpful people corners in your house, your shrines. Where is it you go to for your sacred space to connect with spirit, your ancestors, the beings of the other world, and whatnot? So when the moon and the sun come together, the heart and our emotions, the heart center and our sacral, it's time to kind of get to the core of our spiritual belief system during the season of Pisces. So Leo, the sun, is in the season of Cancer, the moon, doing the cosmic dance. So our emotions are illuminating. The sun is shining bright upon our inspirited nature, shining this divine light. It's the innate gifting of ancient spiritual wisdom. It's in our epigenetics. It's a capacity to see through the eye of God, if you will, the oneness, seeing things through an illuminated way. Maybe your heart desires for an adventure, exploring and excelling, seeing things differently. And the best way to literally do something new, it really is the element of surprise, the gift of surprise. Deliberately, intentionally going out and learning something that is maybe eye-opening. I called it InSpiritualating. Exploring the realms and the opportunities that are endless in our lives. In particular, it's like the spiritual dynasty, if you will. So, what are your spiritual and spirited values? Are you exploring? Are you excelling them? Today gives us the moment of bliss to open the door to just that. It really is the element of surprise. So, when we take our essence, embodying our spirit to a higher excelled level, you may feel this within you. So it's in this moment, the element of surprise, which could really be a nanosecond, really, where we can really carry this energy, frequency, vibration, whatever you want to call it, these universal streams out into reality, streaming outside of us. It's like this toroidal field, if you will. So you may feel this unfamiliar feeling into different aspects of your life that already are there. They exist. Some of them may feel less sacred than they were in the beginning, kind of like in the Trivial Pursuit, if you will. They were important at one point. Now they're kind of at the docket line, where others may feel stuck or stagnant. Stagnant, cycling just through life, literally. So the pure reflection of these spiritual issues you once came face to face with inside of each and every one of us, they sometimes may appear as a shadow, just a perspective, but feel into every chamber, every crevice of your essence, your fields included, and observe yourself from the aspect of the omnipresent third person, which is a whole different perspective. So seeing yourself through your higher self eyes and observe what your heart center feels that you still believe in, heartfelt beliefs, it's like bliss, and spirited. So after cleaning and cleansing all of our auric fields, each and every one of them, all of this cosmic debris, eliminating what is no longer working or serving us in our day-to-day reality. And turn your inner wheels of your energetic centers, bringing your attention to a new, innovative, otherworldly way. That maybe it's been percolating or escalating, moving you up the escalator, the spiritual escalator of life. Really being in observership, it might make your top blow off like that emoji, but be in observership, be at the helm of the ship. You know, when you're navigating a ship, you got the big steering wheel. Oh boy, navigating your soul and seeing where you can bring a higher frequency vibration of compassion into your field. That's the ingredient. Non-judgmental, non-self-sabotaging, higher ancient wisdom into your reality, your daily routines, even on the lists of things to do. So feeling into the ones that are falling away, literally into the cosmic cleansing bucket, if you're picking it up, what I'm throwing out there, but the ones that have literally an expiration date on them. It's like cleaning out your fridge and all of a sudden you see food that's expired, you've had for way too long. That's exactly what I'm talking about, actually. Exploring newness, undiscovered in the waters. Go shopping, energetic shopping in the spiritual highway, if you will, where a spiritual vibration is literally waiting for you to pick it off the shelf and elevating our life perspective, our perspective on life, getting that mountaintop perspective. So you know where you've already been. It's time literally for the element of surprise to show us where we are taking our soul trip. No drugs needed, by the way. So with that, just a few announcements. Of course, I do have my Musing Moon meditation on the highway. This is a very gifted full moon in reality, healing and having faith in something unseen. We also have like an hour after Saturn's popping into Pisces. So, I mean, this is going to be kind of a delight. I'm trying to stay optimistic. You can listen on YouTube. I do have a new episode out. Csongor Daniel, love saying that name. He's an engineer who shifted into bioenergy healing, which it totally goes along with the season of the witches, scalar waves. That's pretty much what he's doing. We have different labels for all these things, which is always interesting. You can listen on Spotify, Apple, or just go to my website, tonyad.tv. And of course, Mongolia, you saw the video. We're taking a village, or a small tribe, I should say, to the mountains of Mongolia. So it's going to be amazing adventure. It's not a luxury getaway. You just need to know that. There will be showers. However, we're going to be hanging out with some indigenous people of the land. This is not a it's not a tourist adventure. It's a traveling adventure. I just need to say that. So be sure to jump in. Space is limited. I do already have some signups, so it's going to be super juicy. And on Sundays, I do a mystery chart. If you want to be a mystery guest, comment in the show, and I'll send you the link to fill out the form deal. If you want to be part of that. But for today on the highway, I've got to find, after having my phone hiccup there we go. We've got a Yang Monkey Metal Day, Yang Metal full. It's a Zheng Shen day. The monkey and the tiger actually clash. They're birthing of an element. The monkey's the birth of water. The tiger's the birth of fire. So these are birthing. Even the stems are actually in conflict. Yang metal is willpower, and the yang wood is our visions and our ideas. They're in conflict. So it's like being in this world and not of it, and of this world and not in it. They're going against the grade. But yang metal's willpower, strong willpower. It's also integrity, having high standards, believing in really setting those standards really high. It's beyond perfectionism. The monkey's a friend, not in competition to our day. We do have hidden water, yang water's hidden, which creates flow, creativity, intuition, emotions, possibly telepathy, intuitive gift, might be emotional empathy, clairaudience, stuff like that. And we do have a mountain range in storage, the young earth down there. It's scratchy towards our day, but this is a mentor or a parent that maybe be holding us back from our gift, our purpose, controlling, holding us back, maybe conditioning or programming, just saying that. Sorry, not really. Wood, the young wood of the month, that represents our assets. So does the tiger, what we produce, money we receive from our creativity, abundance, which is something we actually have to work very hard for, something we create. It's not the wealth that's given, it's wealth that is earned, but there is quite a bit of it. We do have gifts from our ancestors, the year, the yin wood, money from other resources to be an asset, inheritance, somebody who actually invests in us, just saying, which would be awesome, right? So our day, it appears a little bit radical and reformed, drastic in the vision. Fire, yin fire is the element to refine our day into something useful. Water is rooted, metal is rooted, wood is rooted, earth is in storage. However, it's released due to the clash between the monkey and the tiger. So things are at play. But we do need fire, yin fire, warming inner light, spirit, the ancestors, source, etc., the oneness, the divine, whatever you want to call it. It's all perspective. And I did do a message for our weekend, The Path of Love with Rumi. So we do have a beautiful message. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see the card, or it's going to give you credit for how magical it is. But yeah, I thought this would be perfect. I don't know why. It was just on my counter. But this is poem 45, which is, where do I belong and what do I think about it? Or what does my mind have to say about it? Am I attracting the frequency, the law of attracting where I heartfelt belong? And what does my mind say? And where I belong? What does my mind say about where it is that I do belong? Does it fit? And then, usually it doesn't. Are we initiating the action to take this as it's a vibrational energy of being rooted in where we heartfelt belong, ultimately. It could be our environment. It could be a relationship, a career, a job, whatever it is. Do ask yourself and ask your mind how it thinks about it. What does your mind say about where you heartfelt belong? Feel into who you are today, what does or doesn't belong. It's what resonates for us. Is it resonating? But the poem on the back of this card, it's the more anyone loves the sound of invisible waters, the more anyone loves the sound of invisible waters, the more, oh boy, the more we, oh my gosh, the more he tears bricks from the wall. Yeah, the more he tears bricks from the wall to toss into that unseen river. Drunk with that sound, which the loveless hear as just a splash, ask yourself, what is the sound of invisible waters? It must be the primordial sound of existence, a sound so profound that it is likened to silence. It can only be heard when we have reached inner peace and stillness. So the sound of invisible waters is constantly calling, inviting us in. It's kind of like a siren, kind of ensorcing sailors, enticing them. So, as well, the primordial silence seeks to charm us away from the choppy sea of life into the depths of the ocean. So, tearing the bricks from the wall and tossing them into the unseen river is kind of a metaphor for what happens to us when we become enchanted with the sound, which is kind of interesting. So, all we want to do is throw the bricks of our lives, those heavy burdens, the solidity, the reality, into the river of silence. The loveless splash, the loveless only hear the splash. The sound of solid reality falling and crashing. They might well kind of pity us for our losses, if you will. However, they don't know what it is to be drunk with silence. Drunk with silence. Drunk, not drink. To want to give up everything, to go and rest on this great river, enveloped by the great embracing mother, which is earth, right? So it's a day to feel into those waters, into our daily sea of life, explore what is spiritually or inspiraling, spiritualating, relevant, what is no longer, what is or has expired, and what we need to kind of buy fresh, get fresh on, or elevate in our spiritual acumen. So by the end of the day, hopefully you may come to believe something new and spirited about the sea of life, getting in those deep waters. So this new belief will be opening our eyes to excel, reconcile, forgive, water, expand on a perspective of spirituality. What is infinite possible? What are you spiritually gifting? Or what spiritual gifts do you have that may be transforming, even vibrating into something different? Fractals. What's infinitely possible? Coming to a new set of eyes, seeing yourself through those eyes, the eyes of your higher self. This is the third person omnipresent of how we can look at ourselves, and noticing how far we've grown in our spiritual container being embodied, and just observing these things, the things that really light up the inner star that your heart truly wishes to dive into and study and learn and contemplate and understand. Either way, the rewards are coming in this heartfelt, fulfilling, satisfying way that really illuminates, feels spacious, undefined, if you will, like the galaxy, undefined, multi-galactic, all embracing, kind of comforts, the comforting of clouds, I guess. The comforter on your bed of the divine in spiritness. So just enjoy being the soul sailor of your own ship, navigating these invisible waters. I love that, the unseen waters. It's time to not only vibrate differently, but also to really, it's like levitation. You're free, you're flowing, you're floating to a new sea of life. So, with that, I would affirm that I'm taking in the sound of these unseen rivers and cascading to the sea of life. I really love that poem. It's kind of prophetic, really. But be kind, be forgiving, down to your bones and those waters of our soul's dynamic. So, if your heart is called with that, see you Sunday for the secret mystery guest, along with the sacred circle. I'll probably do a meditation for the month of March as we are here. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you, of course, on Monday or Sunday. Ashe, blessings.
Where we set it up ahead of time, but I don't believe in coincidences. I think things happen for a certain reason. Now, you can look at that as a divine reason, or you can look at it from a logical point of view, but it became part of my philosophy because of that. So I believe that everything happens for a reason and that everything has something positive in it. Like the yin and yang symbol, when you look at it, or in modern quantum physics, everything is made of positive and negative particles. Thus, everything has both. And if something negative happens to me, I know that there's something positive attached to it. When I was younger, I used to look for it just to validate it. But of course, every time it was validated, and so I don't look for it anymore. I just know it is there. So if something happens that may be negative from the outside or looks negative from the outside, I don't look at it that way. I know that there's something positive.